Dear friends, today we will talk about Navaraatras. Although I have launched one video in Hindi on Navaratra explaining the science behind the Navaratra and why the Navaratras used to be celebrated in India. And now this Navaratra are going to end. But since I received a request from our Vedic follower from South Africa, so I am just giving this talk in English so that all our brothers they may understand this scientific issue very well. In India, we have the tradition of celebrating Navaratra. First Navaratra is celebrated in the month of March when the Vasanta Ritu is there. And this is the second Navaratra which is celebrated close to September month when the Sharad Ritu is there. From 23rd August, Sharad Ritu starts. So, during the pendency of this Sharad Ritu, these Navaratras are celebrated, and this Navaratra system is called as a Sharadiya Navaratra after the Sharad Ritu. And similarly, the first Navaratra, they are known as Vasantik Navaratras after the name of Vasanta Ritu. Then why these two systems? Why not one system? And why Navaratra and why these are celebrated for 9 days? These are many issues which needs to be clarified and explained to our folks or who believes in Vedic philosophy or Vedic culture or Indian culture at large, you can say. In fact, Navaratra is associated with the New Year system. Nav means new. The Sanskrit word is Nava. It has two meanings. Nav means, first meaning is Nav means new, and the second meaning is Nav means 9. So the New Year celebration, and for 9 days, the people they have just made it like that. Although it's not necessary that you celebrate it for 9 days, but because it has two meanings, and so when a new year comes, we celebrate it for 9 days. But in Hindi language, in vernaculars, there is a saying, Naya no din, Purana so din. A new thing will remain new for 9 days, but the old thing will remain for 100 days. So this is all tradition. It's not some specific or any rigid law or rule or any instruction of the Shastra is there. So first thing is Navaratra means new Ratras. New Ratri sometimes we today call the new day, but in Sanskrit there was a tradition to call it as Ratra, because the day ends with the Ratri and starts with the sunrise. So Pancharatra means for 5 days. So Navaratra for 9 days. So this year New Year used to be celebrated for 9 days. Now this is clarified, I think. And another issue, that most important issue, why two Navaratra? Why two Navaratra system? Why not one? Because the Vedic people, they are celebrating their new year with the onset of the Vasanta Ritu from around about in March month and Chaitra Shukla Pratipada. From Chaitra Shukla Pratipada means first day of the bright half of the Chaitra month. But this Navaratra falls close to the Sharad Ritu, And it is celebrated from Ashwin Shukla Pratipada, first day of the bright half of the Ashwin month. So, the same question, why these two Navaratras? In fact, just to know the secret or the mystery of the Navaratra, we shall have to understand the scientific system, why the Navaratra is, at what time the Navaratra or the new year should start, at what time. There are four things in Indian culture. First one is known as Uttarayana. These are all astronomical things. I think everybody will be able to understand. So I am speaking slowly so that it be made clear. First thing is Uttarayana. Second thing is Dakshinayana. And two more names, issues, very important, mostly mentioned in Upanishads and Vedic literature. They are the Devayana and Pitriyana, two periods, Devayan period and Pitriyana period. First of all, I think we must try to understand these issues. Uttarayana, what is Uttarayana? You know, when Earth moves around the sun, orbits around the sun, its some part is lighted by the sun. Half of the part is lighted by the sun. And what happens? Sun appears to be moving on the earth from north to south or going from south to north. And equator, that 0 degree latitude, this is known as equator. Equator means the middle point of the earth, 0 degree latitude. The sun on 21st March, which is known as Vasanta Ritu, the sun is on 0 degree latitude. But after that, the sun keeps on moving to the south and it comes down south on 22nd December. 22nd December. And the sun is at the line of Capricorn, or you call it Makara Rekha, or you call it Makara Sankranti. When the sun on 22nd December, sun is on line of Capricorn or Makara Rekha or transiting Makar sign. But after coming to 23.5 degrees south, the sun cannot go beyond that towards south. Afterwards, it starts moving upward. From 22nd December, then it will start moving upward, and on 21st March, the sun will come at 0 degree latitude, which is known as equator or known as Vishuvavrita in Sanskrit. And after that, after 21st March, sun will cross over the 0 degree latitude and will start moving upward on the earth. And on 21st June, sun will be down the uppermost point on the north, that is 23.5 degree north. That is known as line of Cancer or Kark Rekha, or we can say sun transits the Kirk sign, which is 23.5 degree north on 21st June. But then sun cannot go beyond that point, and it starts coming down from 21st June. And from 21st June again on 23rd September, sun comes on the equator, 0 degree latitude. And after 23rd September on 21st December, it comes down south, that 23.5 degree south, known as line of Capricorn. So now you understand. We will start with 22nd December. 22nd December, the sun is down south here. Then it will start moving northward. So this is known as Uttarayana. Until 22nd June, sun keeps moving northward. 21st June, it comes here. And then it won't go beyond that. This is the last point in the north direction, 23.5 degree north, or Kirk sign. Afterwards, 21st June, then sun will starts moving to south. So this is known as Dakshinayan, southern movement towards south. So Uttarayan period is from 22nd December to 21st June. And Dakshinayan period is from 21st June to 22nd December. So this is based upon the movement of the sun. When sun starts moving towards north, or sun starts moving to the south. So Uttarayan and Dakshinayan, this natural phenomenon takes place. But now I am coming to the Devayan, which is most important. Devayan, what is Devayan? Devayan means northern hemisphere of the earth. And northern hemisphere of earth is beyond equator. From equator to 90 degree north. This whole northern sphere, whole area is northern hemisphere. This is known as Devaloka, that is known as Devayana, whatever you call. And the southern hemisphere from 0 degree latitude, means from 0 degree equator to the 90 degree south, southern pole, south pole. Equator to south pole, this is southern hemisphere. And in Vedic technical terms, in astronomical technical terms, this is known as a Pitriyana. No meaning, only Pitriyana, just technical term. Don't try to make any literal translation of this term. So there are two yanas. One is Devayana, equator to North Pole, and another is Pitriyana, equator to South Pole. When sun remains in the northern hemisphere for 6 months, that period is known as Devayana. And when sun remains for 6 months in the southern hemisphere, that period is known as Pitriyana. Why? And the Upanishad says, Devayano pantha vitata mahantaha. This Devayan marga, this Devayan path is extended, very vast, and it's very great. Means that has been eulogized, Devayan. Why? Why the Devayan was eulogized? Because of the presence of sun. The people, since the Indian hemisphere, the Indian continent, I won't call it subcontinent, the Indian land mass on this earth, now it is to the north of equator, and that Kirk line, 23.5 degree Kirk line of Cancer, it passes through India, close to Mahakal temple of Ujjain. So India is towards north of equator presently. So we call, for us, the Devayana Marg is quite important because sun remains lighted in the northern hemisphere for maximum period during this period. And what is this period? From 21st March till 23rd September, the sun is in the north. 21st March, it crosses the equator, goes towards north. 21st June, it is at the maximum north point, then it starts coming down, and again on 23rd September it comes to the equator. So this period from 21st March to 23rd September, this period is Devayan. And we celebrate Devayan because the sun remains lighted on this part of the hemisphere for the maximum period. The days are bigger, the nights are shorter. And in Vedic culture, the sun's presence, the light of the sun, it has been given a great importance. Why? When sun shines on the earth, the life flourish. And everybody goes out of the house to do work. Everybody gets activated. The very Gayatri mantra, it has, because the Vedic mantras, they have three senses: Adhyatmika, spiritual, Adidaivik, astronomical, and Adibhautik, material meaning. So this Gayatri mantra says, Tat savitur varenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo nah prachodayat. Its astronomical meaning is, we eulogize the effulgence of the sun, Savita, sun, effulgence. Why? Dhyo yona prachodayat. When sun rises, it activates we people to our acts and works. Everybody starts doing work. Even the animals, birds, insects, they become busy with their act. So this Savita, this sun, has a great importance. What happened? So when sun is in the northern point, Devayana Marg, on 25, and this period is around 21st March, sun goes to the northern side. So 21st March is the beginning of the new year for us. But because we are not celebrating from 21st March, because we are following a lunisolar calendar. Had we been following the solar calendar, then we would have started our year from 21st March. But we are following a lunisolar calendar, means the month, our month we are following, they are the lunar months. Ashwin, Chaitra, Vaishakha, Jyeshtha, Ashadha, Shravana, Bhadrapada, these are all lunar month. So close to 21st March, the lunar month is Chaitra. So we celebrate, we start our new year with the first day of the bright half of the Chaitra month. So this is the actual period, because we are now in the northern direction, the Indian landmass. I am not talking about the Australian people or any other people, but whoever is in the northern hemisphere presently located, for them the new year starts from Chaitra Shukla Pratipada. But what happens? Why the Indians, they remember the Sharadiya Navaratra? Because that is the southern hemisphere. Indian landmass had never been static. not Indian, the entire earth, landmass of the entire earth, that is moving. Crores of years back, India was in the south. We were the neighbors of the Australian people. We were close to the southern pole, south pole. Africa, this South Africa you call it, it was quite attached with the Indian landmass. So we were to the south of the equator crores of years back. So by that time, because the Indians, they were the educated person in the ancient history of the world, we developed all sciences, we developed every norms, culture and everything. We were taking a lead to teach the whole humanity. So we were defining everything. So when crores of years back, India was in the south, you can say when the Vedas originated, we were in the south. Crores or some millions of years back, when India was in the south, for us this Devayana period used to start from Sharadiya Navaraatra. What today we call as the Sharadiya Navaraatra. Because by that time, the sun used to light up the southern hemisphere of the earth from 21st March till 21st March. No, from 23rd September till 21st March, because sun remains in the south. From 23rd September it comes at equator, and after 23rd September it goes to the southernmost point, line of Capricorn. Then again it comes to the line of 0 degree equator on 21st March. So from 23rd September till 21st March, we used to celebrate, for us it was the Devayana Marg, and we used to celebrate it. Now we have the same old memory in our mind, and we are still celebrating it without knowing why. That is why now we are celebrating two Navaratras. One is historical, this present one that has gone today. This one is a historical, it belongs to the history of India some million of years back. And 21st March Navaratra, close to the 21st March, that is the current one according to the position of Indian landmass in the northern direction, to the north of equator. So this is how I just want to tell. This Sharadiya Navaratra, which used to start from Ashwina Shukla Pratipada, it is the historical one. And what happens? After this Sharadiya Navaratra ends, when this Sharadiya Navaratra starts, before that, some population of India, the Ashwina Amavasya, for Ashwina Krishna Paksha, dark half of the Ashwina Krishna Paksha, some population of India, they are celebrating as Pitri Paksha. The meaning of Pitri Paksha is a different one. I will explain it in some other lecture, but they are celebrating it as Pitri Paksha. Because why they are celebrating the Pitri Paksha? Because when the sun enters into the northern hemisphere after 23rd September, sun will enter the southern direction. After 23rd September, on 23rd September, sun is on equator, and after 23rd, it will enter into the southern direction. That means the sun is going to enter into the Pitriyan hemisphere. When the sun is going to enter Pitriyan hemisphere, So before the sun enters into the Pitryan hemisphere, we celebrate the Pitri Paksha because the Pitryan is going to start. But that is all I told geographical. It's not some cultural aspect is there. So that is Pitryan. Why? Sun, because the sun is going down south and we will be in the darkness. Our nights will be short, our days will be short, our nights will be bigger. So that Pitriyana period is celebrated during dark half as the Pitriyana period, and that bright half as a new year for entering the sun into the Pitriyana. So this new year, what we celebrate now, today or till today, this is the new year for the people living in the southern direction, now southern hemisphere, from equator to the south. But for us now Indians who are towards the north, for them the Navaratri will start from 21st March, close to the 21st March, because Chaitra month. But for the people of the southern direction, the Navaratri will start from Ashwin Shukla Pratipada. So this is the whole scientific issue. But now we have forgotten this science, the natural history, and we are celebrating all these things as rituals without knowing the truth behind it. So the people of the southern hemisphere, they can celebrate their new year from Sharadiya Navaratra, and the people of the northern hemisphere, they will celebrate their new year from the Chaitra Navaratra. So, and now during Chaitra Navaratra, the Ramanavami falls, because the Ram was born on 9th day. So that was also the reason for 9 days together the new year was celebrated. Or this is the whole scientific aspect behind it. But there are examples in the Vedas when New Year used to be celebrated, started from the Dakshinayana also. And New Year used to be started from Uttarayana also. So that is your choice. From what point? Whether you want to start from the southernmost point, because from the southern, either you will start from the southernmost point, because after that the Uttarayan period start, or you will start from the middle point, equator, because from that Devayana or Pitriyana Marg they starts. So there are the two factors. So when the Indians used to celebrate New Year from Dakshinayan, when by that time they were in the southern direction, they were in the southern hemisphere. So when they were in the southern hemisphere, either they used to start New Year from Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, or from today's Pitriyana, because we were in Pitriyana. And for us, that was the Devayan period and that was the Uttarayana. But now that has reversed. For us, the Devayana has become that ancient Pitriyan for us now has become Devayan, and ancient Dakshinayan for us has become Uttarayan. And for your information, one more thing I would like to share. The polarity of the earth, it also continues to change. Millions of years back, the north polarity was in south, and now it has shifted to the north. And after some time again it will start shifting to the south. So this is the geological factors we must know. And this is the science of Navaratras. I hope our friends, they might have understood something, because this subject is very complex, belonging to the astronomy, and our friends who don't know astronomy, they won't be able to understand it very quickly. You will have to listen this video time and again. And if you have any question, you can write your questions in the comments. We'll answer you. And one more thing, friends, if you please subscribe this channel, there is a subscribe button is there. If you will subscribe, the all videos, all these videos that we are making on this channel, they will automatically reach you. You will be informed about. Presently we are to send these videos, and if you will subscribe, you will automatically get information. If you are interested, you can hear it or not. Thank you.